Right guys, welcome back to this Warhammer 40,000 battle report. Today, this is the table. We're at War Games in Middlesbrough. Please check them out on Facebook. I'm playing Karl's Eldar today. We have a contact lost game. We've got the 6 objectives. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Deployment is hammer and anvil. Karl won the roll-off and he's going at this side, which means I'm going here. Karl, are you deploying first?
I will do, yes.
Yep.
I just need to pick recycling powers.
We do, so we will now take you through the armies. Right, so this is the Dark Eldar force today. For HQ, we have a bog standard Archon with a Venom with dual splinter cannons. His warlord trait is Labyrinthine Cunning, so I can re-roll to seize the initiative and night fighting as well as reserves. We've already rolled for night fighting, it's not night fighting despite the re-roll. We've got a unit of 5 Scourge, I remembered them today, and there's 4 Haywire Blasters and the normal Shard Carbine in there. We've also got 2 squads of 3 Reaver jet bikes. 1 in each of the 3 has a cluster caltrop, and that will be represented by the skulls on the back. We also have a bog standard Razorwing, no upgrades at all apart from it has the Necrotoxin missiles. We've got a Ravager with 3 Dart Lancers and a Night Shield. We've then got a Reaper with a Night Shield. We've got 2 Raiders upgraded with Night Shields and Splinter Racks, and in each of them is 10 Warriors. Each unit of Warriors has a single Splinter Cannon in as well. That completes the Dark Eldar portion, but we also have 2 Coven formations. We've got the Dark Artisan. The Talos has a twin-link Heat Lance and a Liquefier gun. The Homunculus has a Liquefier gun, and the Kronos has a Spirit Probe, I think it is, to give them 4+ Feel No Pain. We've also got a a Grotesque formation. Unfortunately, I forgot Urian Rakarth, so Liam's Fire Dragon is standing in as Urian. We've got 2 squads of 3. This one here is an Aberration with a Agonizer, and their buff is Rage. The combat drugs for the Reavers is +1 strength. So that is the Dark Eldar force. We'll now take you through Karl's Eldar. Right, so this is Karl's Eldar force. Karl, do you want to talk us through it?
Yep. Me HQ is me Farsi on a jet bike. He's got all the normal stuff. He's got the stone.
Spirit Stone of Anathalan.
That's the one. It allows him to take psychic powers on 3+. He's joining a squad of 6 jet bikes with scatter lasers.
Yep.
For my elite, I've got a squad of 8 Hawks. One's an XR, and he's got the Hawk's Talon.
Yep.
I've then got another elite slot, which is a 5-man squad of Wraith Guard with D sides, and they're going to be riding in the Wave Serpent with twin-leg Bright Lancers, no Sheraton Cannon, just catapult. That has the hollow fields, 5+ invulnerable. That's what that's got with it. And also, I think that's all I took with that because of points.
Yep.
Yep, and obviously Setfield. Another elite, 5-man squad of Fire Dragons. They're going to be riding in a Falcon.
Yep.
Which has got the Bright Lance, and it's got a Bright Lance instead of Scatter Laser, and it's got the Pulse Laser.
Yep.
It's also just got a twinning shirt with catapults, and it's got a hollow field.
Okay.
I then have a 10-man squad of Guardians riding another Wave Serpent. That's got the twin-link Bright Lancers and a Sheraton Cannon and the hollow fields.
And then we've got some Rangers here.
I do. I've got a 9-man squad of Rangers.
Yep.
Just normal. I've got my Wraith Knight
with the D cannons.
Great paint scheme with 2 D cannons. And then I've got 2 more heavy slots. I've got a 2-man squad of Warwalkers. Both have got 2 Eldar missile launchers. One's just a proc scatter laser because I didn't have it fitted yet.
Yep.
And then I've got a Wraith Lord with the sword, Bright Lance, 2 flamers. And that's 2,000 points.
Okay, and what was your warlord trait?
My warlord trait was, it was on the strategic, I think.
It was generate discard 2.
Discard 2. It allows to discard 2 objectives, tackle objectives at the end of the turn instead of 1.
And his psychic powers?
His psychic powers are guide, psychic shrink, and invisibility.
Right, cool. So let's go for the deployment. Right, so here we go. Carl deployed first. He's got the Knight and the Lord on this side. The Falcon there, or Wave Serpent, with the Wraith Guard in. Fire Dragons in this one, are there?
Yeah, in the Falcon in the middle of green.
And then we've got the Guardians in that one. The Walkers at the back to lend fire and support. Rangers have infiltrated into the ruins for their forward cover, plus I think they've got Shrouded, yeah. And the Bikes back there with the Farseer. My counter deployment, I've got the Ravager, he's on the side just so that I'm getting a cover save through the ruins, 25% obscured. I've got Urian in the front squad of 3, the Arborition there with the Agonizer, and then the other 3 just at the back. Got both the Reavers on the ruins, they'll ignore the dangerous terrain due to Skilled Rider. I've got the Reaper looking through the ruins that way, hopefully get some shots down there. I've got the Venom just held back with the Warlord in. In reserve I've got the Razor Wing, the Dark Artisan, the Scourge and both Poison Boats. So we'll see if I seize the initiative. And I don't, so we'll move on to Eldar, turn 1. Right, so Carl has drew secure objective 4 and he's done his movement. The Walkers have pulled this way. The Lord and the Knight all jumping forward onto 2, as well as the Wave Serpent and the Falcon pushing forward. That Wave Serpent with the Guardians in is just pulled to the side, and the Jet Bikes have pushed forward onto objective 3. Objective 4 is this one down here though. So we'll now move on to Psychic Phase. So Psychic Phase down here, Carl didn't get any powers off, he tried for invisibility and guide. In the shooting phase, these guys unloaded onto the grotesques that were down there, and despite 5 of cover and 5 of feel no pain, unfortunately 2 of them were brought down. This guy took wounds from the Falcon and the missile launchers, and the Ravager that was here, unfortunately, the Falcon got a lucky shot in with a Bright Lance and blew it up, failed the 3-up jink. Yeah, he was brought down. The Bright Lance from the Lord took a wound off this guy here. The Wraith Knight took 2 shots down at the Reaper, looking to take out the rest of the heavy support that's on the board. Carl got 1 hit and then rolled a 4 and passed me 3-up cover. So that is the end of the shooting phase. We'll now move on to a Dark Eldar turn, unless Carl has any assault moves or anything. Right, so Dark Eldar turn. I drew secure objective 6, so the Archon has stepped out of the Venom. The Venom's pulled forward as well, looking to probably get some shots down on the Wraith Lord. The Grotesques have pulled forward. Urian has left the single one and joined the 3. The Bikers have pulled forward this way as well, and those guys looking to get an assault in on them. Carl did assault jump them 10 inches, so that's why they're so far spread out now. But yeah, we'll now move on to shooting phase. Right, so the Venom has shot down at the Wraith Knight and only got 3 wounds, and Carl failed 1 of his saves, so the Wraith Lord is on 2 wounds. The Grotesques have all ran forward, and the Reaper got a lucky shot down in on the Wave Serpent here. Carl failed his cover saves and it stripped 2 hull points from it. That's it for the Dark Eldar shooting. We'll now move on to assaults. Right, so assault phase down here. The Reavers charged in and lost 1 into the Overwatch. The Caltrops and the Hammer of Wraths caused 4 wounds altogether. I got 4 rends. We didn't know if we'd done this correct, so if anyone knows, please comment on the video. Basically, even after the pile-in moves, neither of them could reach combat, which we know classes them as out of combat, but does the Farseer have to take a leadership test because he's lost the combat essentially. So we've done it as though he has lost combat. He failed and he's ran 9 inches back after the 3-inch pile-in move. So if that's correct, let us know. yeah, so those guys would consolidate, and I'm going to consolidate them back onto objective 3, but I score secure objective 6. So at the end of turn 1, the score is 1-1. Right, so Carl's drawn secure objective 2 and Skyborne Assault. The Farseer has rallied and regrouped his 3 inches. The Rangers have stayed where they are. This Serpent has moved forward and the Guardians have disembarked. The Walkers have pushed forward, as has the Wraith Lord, and the Wave Serpent here is securing objective 2, and the Wraith Guard are getting out, looking to probably kill that poor Grotesque there. The Wraith Knight probably looking to stamp on Urian and the Grotesques, and this Falcon is also pushed forward as well. Car rolled for the Hawks to come on, unfortunately they haven't came on, so we'll now move on to Psychic phase. Right, so in the shooting phase, these guys managed to take out the 2 Reavers that were there despite all the jinx. They're also invisible as well. Carl also cast Guide and he got all 8 hits in on the Reavers. The Rangers didn't shoot at anything as they didn't have any targets. The Wave Serpent here popped its shield looking to take out the Reaper, but Carl only got 3 hits and failed to cause any hull points. The Falcon shot the pulse laser down at it as well, and again failed to do anything. Down here, the Wraith Guard, 2 Flamers managed to take out all of the Reavers and the Grotesque. The Wraith Knight shot down at the Grotesque that was here and killed the first one, and again also shot at the Reaper, and the Reaper passed its cover save as Carl rolled a 5. The missile launchers here, after the Walkers had battle focus, shot down at the Venom, and it passed both its jinx saves. The Wraith Lord also fired at it as well. The Wave Serpent was here, was flat outed to this side. That's it for the shooting phase, so we'll now move on to the assaults. Right, so in the assault phase, the Wraith Knight has charged in. The Hammer of Wrath instant killed one of the Grotesques, and then Urian got to attack at the same time as the Wraith Knight, being initiative 5. He did get an instant death with his Icor Injector and 2 additional wounds, but Carl passed all of his invulns, so not a single wound was brought down onto the Knight. The Knight then got 3 attacks and went through all of Urian's invulns and killed him and the remaining Grotesque. So that's it for the assault phase. Carl does secure objective 2, and he gets Skyborne Assault for those killing the jet bikes. So that puts the score at 3 points for Carl. Alright, so Dark Eldar turn 2, and I've drew secure objective 4 twice, which is the one the Wraith Knight's on. I rolled from the reserves. The Scourge and the Razorwing aren't on despite getting re-rolls. So this Raider got a direct hit here, looking to hopefully take out them or the Wraith Lord. And this one here did try and land here, but scattered, just missing the Warwalkers there. He'll probably try and get some shots down on them. The Dark Artisan has landed. We're going to try and take out the Rangers here. That's it for the reserves. I need to do the rest of my movement, so we'll come back after I've moved. Alright, so movement phase, the Reaper has pulled sideways, probably looking to get the large blast tempered down on these, or a shot through this way somewhere. Over there, the Venom has moved 12 and they're flat outed over to here. And that was pretty much it for the movement, so we'll now move on to the rest of the shooting. Right, so shooting phase was quick. The Reaper went for the Falcon with the concentrated beam and missed. The templates from the Artisan unit wiped out the Rangers. These guys managed to rapid fire into the Wraith Guard and take them out. And then it was a case of, right, do I shoot this one at the Guardians or the Wraith Lord? The Wraith Lord was on 1 wound due to the disintegrator cannon here. And I decided to go for the Wraith Lord with 2 Flamers, plus charging, he's going to do more damage, whereas at least these guys, they're needing 6s and I can still jink against it. So, killed the Wraith Lord. That's the end of my turn. I don't have any assaults to do. I didn't secure objective 4, so I'm going to discard that card. Right, so Eldar turn 3, Carl has drew Kingslayer, secure objective 4, combined strike, and secure objective 1. Right, so Carl's movement phase. The bikes are pulled forward this way, probably looking to help take out the raiders here. The walkers are pulled, again, just looking to get some shots. The wave serpent that was there is pulled to that side. Over this side, this wave serpent has moved round, looking to probably try and take out the venom. And the fire dragons are getting out, probably going for the reaper. The swooping hawks landed from reserve and dropped the grenade pack on the Archon back here, but unfortunately scattered off. The Wraith Knight is again coming back, looking to get some shots down here. And this wave serpent looking to probably take on the Archon. So we'll now move on to Carl's psychic phase. Right, so in the psychic phase, Carl rolled a 5, so he had 8 dice. He chucked a psychic shriek at the Kronos, Talos, and the homunculus over here. He did hit, but then rolled a 5 on the 3d6. I did try and stop it with 3 of my 5 dice, but I didn't. He then cast invisibility on himself, getting it off twice. I elected not to stop it, and then he cast guide, but didn't get it off. So we'll now move on to shooting. Right, so in the shooting phase, Carl unloaded the Bright Lance and the Serpent Shield at the Archon, and as you can see, he's gone. The Fire Dragons over here got 4 pens on the Reaper, passed every single one of its cover saves. Meanwhile, Carl's Bailtan Falcon popped the Venom open, failed one of his Jinx saves, and then Carl rolled a 5 open top plus AP2. These guys here and the Walkers shot at both of the Raiders here, and not a single hit went through. The Riders jinking all over the place. The Wraith Knight shot down here, smashed the Talos into the ground. Carl got a wound through. It was D3 wounds and he rolled a 5, so that took him down. The Homunculus took a wound from all the Guardians here, and the Bright Lance from the Wave Serpent there stripped the Kronos of one of its wounds as well. So that's it for the shooting phase. We'll now move into assaults. Right, so in the assault phase, the Wraith Knight charged at the Raider, and despite only wounding on 6s, I didn't get any wounds at all, despite a couple of saves. The Walkers charged in as well, and Carl rolled 2 glances and a pen, so the Warriors have now had to get out. That was it for the assault phase, so we'll now add up Carl's points. Right, so Carl's already on 3 points. He secures objective 4 with the Hawks, and objective 1 is held by the Guardians. He also got Slay the Warlord, so that straight away puts him on 6, but because he's got Kingslayer, he gets D3 for that. Do you want to roll that? So that's 6, 7, and combined strike, he killed the Venom in the shooting phase and the Raider in the assault phase, so he gets another D3 for 3 points. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 10 points to Carl at the end of Eldar turn 3. Right, so Dark Eldar turn 3. I've still got secure objective 4. I discarded one of them, and I've drew secure objective 1. Both of my reserves are still off. I didn't get the reroll due to the Warlord being dead. So the Warriors have pulled this way, looking to hopefully take out the Guardians here, and converging down both sides with the Artisan and the Poison Bolt. Still got the Reaper to move though, so let's see what we can do with that. Right, so in the shooting phase, the Reaper shot the large blast down, got 5 hits and 5 wounds on the Dragons. Carl passed a couple of cover saves, but the 3 remaining ones ran. Over this side, these guys lay the flamers down on the Guardians, and these guys rapid fired and finished them off. Meanwhile, everything that was in here went for the Farseer. Even though I was hitting on 6s, I at least had twin linked, and I only, despite getting about 12, 13 hits, I think I only caused about 4 wounds. Carl failed 1 save, so that only gets me secure objective 1, and I'm going to discard objective 4. Right, so Carl has drew Ascendancy and Hungry for Glory. My only character is the Homunculus that's down there. So the Farseer and the Single Biker, as well as the Wave Serpent, have pulled this way, looking to probably shoot the Raider here. The Walkers have just consolidated back a little bit, probably again to get some shots, and the Wraith Knight looking to stamp on the Warriors down there. This Wave Serpent as well has also pulled forward, or back rather, probably again looking for shots on them. The Fire Dragons rallied and embarked into the Falcon, and the Falcon is going for the Reaper. The Swooping Hawks have used the jetpack move to jump off the table though. So we'll now move on to Psychic and Shooting. Right, so down here, Carl's missile launchers from the Warwalkers managed to eventually blow up the Raider despite everything from the Wave Serpent going in at it. The Farseer in the Psychic phase got invisibility off, he perilled and rolled a 1, but Carl passed his leadership test and he discarded a warp charge to negate the wound. They're flat outed back there. The Wraith Knight shot a D cannon down here and didn't wound a single warrior. He shot the other one at the Raider, but unfortunately didn't do anything either. This Wave Serpent flat out, and the Falcon back there took a shot down at the Reaper. I elected to jink and pass the cover save. So we're now going to move on to the Assault phase. Right, so as expected in the Assault phase, despite getting more hits in on Overwatch, I didn't wound the Wraith Knight at all. Carl only actually managed to kill 1 with his normal attacks and 1 with the Hammer of Wrath. He then killed 5 with a single stomp attack. I chose to run away and I rolled a 2 for the initiative, and Carl rolled a 5, which meant that he ran us down. So he consolidated 1 inch. He does score Ascendancy for holding 1, 2, 3 objectives, and he's going to discard issue a challenge. But how many points do you get for that?
2.
2, so that's 12 to 3.
And I'm
Right, so Dark Eldar turn 4, I've drew Secure Objective 5 and Domination. Right, so movement phase and reserves. The Scourge deep struck back here, but they're scattered slightly. I'm fine with where they've landed. The Warriors have shuffled up, hoping to get some shots down. Maybe get lucky against the Farseer. And the Kronos is going to go for the Wave Serpent there, we think. Meanwhile, back there, the Reaper is securing Objective 5. And let's go for a lucky shot against the Falcon. The Razor Wings came in the meantime. Fleshbane missiles can only now hurt the Wraith Knight. I would have gone for them, but they're invisible, so I can't target them with the blasts. So let's find out what happens in the shooting phase. Right, so the Razor Wing came hurtling down the street this way and unloaded all of its missiles at the Wraith Knight. Got 3 hits, 3 wounds. Carl failed 2 saves and 2 feel no pain, so the Wraith Knight is down to 4 wounds. The Scourge, 4 Haywire Blasters, only got a single hit and a single glance on the Warwalkers. The Warriors here that can see managed to shoot down the lone jet bike. The Farseer needs his leadership test. Does he pass it? He does. The Kronos is now going to charge at the Wave Serpent. The Reaper over there, snapshot at the Falcon, but didn't hit. So in the Assault phase, the Kronos made it in and was getting Zealot. He got all 4 hits, he got 2 glances, and Carl, being the mong he is, passed both in-run saves. So that is it. I score Objective 5. And let's move on to Eldar turn 5. Right, so Eldar turn 5, Carl has drew Psychological Warfare, Blood and Guts and Supremacy. So for Supremacy, he's keeping these here on Objective 2. The Hawks have landed and killed 3 of the Scourge with the Haywire, with the grenade pack. I don't need a leadership check as I'm now fearless with it being turn 5. The Farseer and the Wave Serpent has pulled round, and the Wraith Knight is probably looking to charge these and stamp on them in this turn. Meanwhile, over this side, the Wave Serpent here, the Fire Dragons and the Falcon are all converging on the Reaper, so it looks grim for the Dark Eldar. Right, so we've done all the shooting and the assaults. The Wraith Knight fired at the Kronos and didn't do anything. He also shot a single shot at a warrior and killed 1, and then obviously stamped them in the assault phase. The rest of the shooting and Psychic phase, Carl finally managed to get Psychic Shriek off and rolled 11, but the Kronos passed his 4 feel no pain. So he chucked his spear, and the Wave Serpent here shot everything down at them, and caused a single wound on the Homunculus. The Hawks, as expected, took out the 2 Scourge. The missile launchers here shot up and stripped 2 hull points off the Flyer. Meanwhile, back here, the Fire Dragons, the Falcon and the Wave Serpent immobilised and stripped the Reaper down to 1 hull point. So Carl has absolutely ran away with the game. We're going to call it there though, as I've only got these 2 models, the snap shooting immobilized Reaper and a snap shooting Razor Wing. So it's been a great game. We'll hopefully see Carl's Eldar back soon when he gets a few more painted. So thanks very much.